Frank, Amir, a young star, upcoming star, and you've put him in with a former world champion that's never been stopped. It's a big night on February the 2nd for Amir Khan.
Yeah, it's a big test for him, but he's at that stage in the game where he needs these type of opponents and type of test. Gary Sinclair's got a great chin, very durable. He's never been stopped. As you say, he was a world champion a fight before, or a couple of fights ago, and only lost a final eliminator for a world title on a split decision recently. So it's for Amir, it's a huge step up for him. But if he's going to win a world title, if he is what we think he is, then these are the type of guys he's got to beat.
With Gary Sinclair, it's almost not just the fact that he fought for a world title a few fights ago. The setup around him, Johnny Lewis sparring with Costa Tszyu. I mean, he comes in and everything around him. He's a credible force.
Of course, he brings a lot to the table. I mean, it's not going to be a pushover for him. Amir's going to really have to work hard on Saturday, but he knows that. There's a height difference. I mean, and the thing about that is that I want to see how Amir copes with shorter guys, because he's going to fight shorter guys in his career. Not everybody comes along as an ideal package. Whereas Gary's quite used to fighting tall guys. When he won the world title, he beat Cassius Beloy, who's taller than Amir. He's been in with Corrales. He was a tall guy as well. And he's fought in the past 140-pound fighters, which is the weight above Amir. As you say, Costa Tszyu, his sparring partner. Costa Tszyu, fights at light welterweight, so he's used to big guys. For Amir, it's a huge test, but if he's as good as we think he is, then he's going to come through it.
I've spoken to Johnny Lewis, Gary Sinclair's trainer, and he says, the way they think they're going to go in and handle this is make Amir miss. I mentioned, obviously, Amir's hand speed, and Johnny Lewis, the wise man, said sometimes when you make a fighter miss, it's just as good as landing one on him. How do you see this fight going?
Well, that's very good tactics. You make the guy miss. I mean, the art of boxing is to hit and not be hit. So if he's making him miss, then he's going to be looking to try and capitalise that and throw his own shots. Johnny's a very, very well respected trainer. He's in the world of boxing, he's one of the legendary trainers. He's had involved all the great fighters out of Australia over the years, and I know they've done their homework. But then Amir and Oliver Harrison, his trainer, have done their homework. So at the end of the day, it's if they're relying on Amir to miss, then I think that's a big rely as far as they're concerned. He's very accurate with his punches. He's slowed himself down a bit now. The other thing that Gary Sinclair brings to the table is that he's got a fantastic boxing brain. All the experience, he's fought all over the world. He won't be fazed about fighting in this country. He's fought in South Africa, America, wherever. Australia. I mean, he's not a native-born Australian. Comes from Guyana. So, he brings all that to the table. But I think at the end of the day, it's these are the fights that Amir needs. Win, lose or draw. These are the opponents that he needs to fight.
I mean, after everything that we've said, we get thousands of hits on the website with Amir supporters and some people not supporting him. They're fighting each other all the time. I mean, this is really one the fans need to come out and see, aren't they? After everything we've said and the way you've explained the opponent and the type of opponent Gary Sinclair is, the fans need to be there and see what Amir Khan can do.
Well, without a doubt. I mean, there are a few tickets left for Saturday. If you want, come down and see him in the flesh. I mean, this is going to be a good fight for him. You got two warriors in there. You got the new kid on the block who's chomping at the bit. He wants to fight for a world title, and you've got a guy who was a world champion a couple of fights ago. And they're hoping we put him in too soon. I know what they're thinking. I know what they're hoping, and at the end of the day, it's my judgment. So I hope I've made the right decision. We'll soon see on Saturday. But if you want to see a real good fight, be there.
Thanks, Frank.
You're welcome.